Bless the mic. Bless the mic. Bless the mic. Bless the mic.
Woo! How y'all feeling out there? We got some poles up in the house.
Can you turn the beat on, please? Yo. Systematically gather around these galleries and painting Galilee to be reflected on my fallacy. My personality is unsurprisingly fulfilled my prophecy that I will be neglected by astrology, rejected by the stars. Yeah, I'm never soft unless titanium can melt itself and liquidize with broken heart. Lyrical seminars that I carry on through the graveyard where the flaky mashed potatoes fall. In other words, grab a fork and chew upon this work of art. Yo.
Alright.
Yeah, look, okay, I can't stop having these dreams about me make it. I know I'm gonna be famous, I'm just tired of the waiting. Lord, give me patience, I'm tired of waiting, seeing mama stressed about $1. Mama, I told you that I got you. Don't worry about the roaches roaming in the kitchen. Both fathers gone, but they don't know what they missing. I had a vision, about a vision of me making it to the top. I see the spot, now I'm taking it, sit back and watch how I do it. I gotta prove a point, chilling in the joint, just chilling like a villain. Children killing children having children. A young statistic trying to make a difference. Done.
Alright.
I gotta listen. I can go? Yeah. Check. Yo. Let's see. Watching from the roof, cause I ain't going back to the stoop. I gotta get a bill, so I rhyme in the booth, trying to come a long way from a hoopty to a coop. And big ups to NJ, the gangsters I salute. Peter Piper can't possibly pick a pack of pickled peppers hotter than my rhymes. Take your watch, it's my time. The way I kick it off top is ill, killer with deep lines. The beat the snakes in the grass, I'm cocky like us. Now who want war? Kicking in your front door. I'm a microphone whore, this one for the hardcore. Should be y'all, level 2 cold slaughter. Any MC who want beef, cut the check to beat the seats.
Yo. I systematically decapitate the soul of those who aggravate and masturbate upon the face in which I will immaculate. My IQ's inaccuracy is drastically affected the polaris of my abstinence. Every day's another night, every night's another drink. Stash the body in the floor, stash the body in his beans. Purple cries amongst the leaves, pursue the stream.
Stay on my feet. Okay, they say you gotta say it so to be a superstar. If you do, I want it. I just wanna make enough money because my brothers is hungry and give my mama and grandma what they've been wishing for. I wanna inspire somebody that can inspire somebody who would inspire somebody to make a difference. Listen, my only mission is to get up on your television, have you reminiscing when I'm gone and the brother missing. I see it so I can see it coming. I'm too talented just to die with nothing. No more running for the buses, police cousins, and my brothers dying by the dozen.
Alright.
Got a story. Yeah. I miss a drop line. First time he robbed a man was at age 15. He took his bank card, credit card, everything. Put the pistol to his head with the little red beam. He told him if he move, he'll shatter all his dreams. He'll learn his lesson is a recession and his depression. Better get to stepping for you get wrecked by his adolescence in this cold world. He alone in this cold world. He got raped because of his interest in old girl bags in his socks. He talking bags with the rocks. Little dude on the corner by the name of Two Shots. He the type to keep the two cocked in his two socks, running from his enemy as he let two pop. He had to stay on his feet like sneakers. Let his story teach ya. Young dude trap, young Joker had to trap with his balls in the back.
Yo. Black pants, tattered kick, ski mask for his tent, napped up gold chain, Nicole name Willie Lynch. Systems holding tensions, mold the benches without loaded kit. Hollow models, hard to swaddle, let it melt, corroded mints. This is the return of the abolishment, astonishes the modern pics of slavery's intolerance. Young nigga with a method for investment with the tightest kicks, does Glock 9, shots fired, show the masses minded kids. A verbal Viking with a sleep walk, one eye open, dropping tokens when I sleep talk. Officials look within you, so my mental's more than street smart. I'm biting on the menu, scar my pencil with the teeth marks.
Give it up. Give me a beat, bro. Give me a beat.
Give it up to our youth.
Let's give it up to our youth. They kept it clean as possible. It was kind of dark and tough, but they kept it clean as possible. Hey, that's how they feel, you know what I mean? When the youth spitting like that, the expression, what they're going through.
Trying to do it big, so I'm rhyming well, and I'm heading to the top, only time can tell. I said, and I'm heading to the top, trying to calm the scale. If they don't see the hustle, then they blind as hell. I said, trying to make it out the hood, trying to do it for my city. City in my hand, but the haters in my view. Cleaning up the game, about to take it number 2. Mama wasn't there for me, daddy always kept me straight. From a hood with bodies getting scattered like a messy plate. Hoes come around and never matter, just a sexy date. Colors versus colors in the struggle just to separate. Nowadays, jokers getting popped over some pocket change. From the hood with jokers getting popped just like a shot in range. So we try and do good, try and succeed, try and strive for it all. Yeah, we try.
Bless the mic, bless the mic, bless the mic, bless the mic, bless the mic.
You know what I'm saying? So again, just give it up to the youth, y'all. That was beautiful. Man.
Where's your set when you wet in the ambulette, left for dead, head singing to the feds? Where's your soldiers at when the guns clap, the blood's black, the block's hot, you got locked, your dog's incognito and witness protection, yo. Babies die, mothers cry, another funeral, who's to blame? All you ever shared was pain. Where's the love spreading blood over ghetto terrain? It's a shame you won't walk on the positive planes. Time to man up, follow your dreams for a change. Think you built for this, but at the end of the day, don't let yourself fool you. There's a better way to stop the violence. Peace. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Bless the mic. Anybody want the mic? Just warming it up. Bless the mic. Let's move.
I was born with an obligation, contemplating the effects of the world situation, with my mind racing, felt that my effort for participation. Now it rains on me to strife, that's hell's precipitation. I lift the nation like bold word. I lift the nation like raw herb. That's bold words for this cold yearn. Guided missiles control sperm. Conquer create. No matter if it's authentic or fake, you get whatever you give, or you earn whatever you take, or something like that. Life is all a game, and life is all the same, but it's never you who caused the blood. Or me neither. Too busy worrying about a clean sneaker to dig deeper into the essence of a true demeanor. So, why we so incompetent? This vowel short of consonants. A world of hate. Fear and love is divided as its continents. Kill your brother, rob your sister. Your thought process sinister. You can blame it on the sin, but blood needs skin to blister. And coming from the mouth of a sick teen who's 17 with clipped dreams of dead girls and more cheese, this may seem more or less hypocritical. Another black man with no plan, stereotypical. It's either you do or you don't. There's no reciprocals. You never given task into thought. That's what we're quick to do. Yeah. But don't claim it's because the government. We're the ones destroying ourselves. Just funding it. Cheese is not the side of our fault, our accomplishments. We're a slave, and we don't even know it. How it started here. So, what's life to you? Explain. Riddle me that, bro. Who got the biggest butt? Who be talking on the best phone? No backbones. I smile across the plastic. Our brains are all acid, just toys upon average. It's tragic. And the messed up part about it is no one really cares. It's like I'm talking in a room in a mic of an audience full of air and recorded for an audience who weren't really there because y'all don't care. See, in reality, y'all clowning me. The truth will never show. Am I talking for my health?
I heard this sister last week at the museum, and she just blown me away, so I told her I had to get her up here. And she came, and I appreciate that she came. So, without no further notice, let's give it up to our beautiful sister, Nicole Williams. Turn it up, bro.
This is for the sisters also, but this is something that's dear to my heart, so I'm going to share this one. Okay. You can buy me diamonds, you can buy me pearls, take me on a cruise around the world, but just don't hit your girl. You can buy me diamonds, you can buy me pearls, take me on a cruise around the world, but just don't hit your girl. He said, girl, I love you. I am going to make you my wife. I can't see myself being without you here in my life. Fall into a trap of chivalry coming strong too fast, thinking that this newfound relationship was just destined to last. charming me, loving me, captivating me with his smile, but not realizing that captivity is what he would keep me after a while. See, after the honeymoon was over, then jealousy stepped in. No matter how much I secluded myself, I just couldn't win. Claiming that his blood, sweat, and tears is what it took to raise our family, but not realizing that those blood, sweat, and tears would be coming from me. Girl, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I didn't mean to be so mean as he took from me more and more each day as he tried to get in between. See, by the time it was over, my body was used to inside and out. I conditioned myself to the point it was senseless for me to shout. I learned to shout in the inside, screaming, God, please get me out. I kept hearing his voice saying, girl, you just got to leave. But he kept feeding me with those same old lines, convincing me to believe. Girl, I love you. You are my wife, but if you ever leave me, I will take your life. You can buy me diamonds. You can buy me pearls. Take me on a cruise around the world. But just don't hit your girl. He said, girl, I love you. I am going to make you my wife. I can't see myself being without you here in my life. Think about my past, wonder if he'd be the same as the last. But how would I know if I don't give him a chance? Wow. He said he loved me. He didn't have to ask me to be his wife. If it was me, him, and a million men, I say yes to him anytime. Two of a kind, hearts intertwined, combined, to death do us part, rich or poor. Even if I leave this earth before him, I'll still come in his dreams wanting some more. He said, girl, I love you. Thank you for being my wife. I said, God, I love you. Thank you for saving my life. You can buy me diamonds. You can buy me pearls. Take me on a cruise around the world. But just don't hit your girl. Just don't hit your girl. Thank you.
Listen to that.
Give it up to our
sister.
Nicole.
Turn it up, Salaam. Woo! How y'all feeling out there? We got some poles up in the house. This next young brother I'm getting ready to call up. He's been a regular. Every time I call him, he come through. He's a student of the Paul Catholic up in Wayne. I'm getting it right. I'm saying it right. You know, don't you say my son name wrong. You know, but he's a good student. It's my little brother. He always come through whenever I ask him. Well, no further note. Let's give it up to my little brother, Zaire Davidson. Turn it up, bro.
We need a podium because I memorized this yet. But this right here is called Dear God. Dear God, this is new to me. Like a teenager about to lose his virginity. Truthfully, I don't like what they are giving me. Vulgar truths, but Lord, we're just conversating. True, we haven't talked in a while, but sometimes life feels like a jury when you're on trial. Going the distance, what seems to be the green mile, the sweet flowers, something I cannot defy. But this is a dear God, like I'm writing letters. I thought all the resentment would make me better. We all out in the rain, everybody dry, I'm the only one getting wetter. Cause sometimes these broken pieces can't be fixed again. Even if others lend a helping hand. Try to play this game called life like a veteran, but like horrible actors, we all like to pretend. Go too far and 3 feet become the deep end. Desolation separates like we're Siamese, blinded by these possibilities. Instead of making me stronger, these friends conduct themselves like enemies, trying to hurt and trying to get rid of me. I stay headstrong. Why does it take all the fall for me to be alone, with the tears falling on the pillowcase? This life is full of flavor, I'm the only one asking for a little taste. My life, man, to let my light shine. What does it take for time kills to kill time? But it's a dear God, like I'm trying to find answers. So ashamed with the skin I'm in. Feels like the walls are closing in, but these memories turning into remnants. But my people demoralized because the figures presented by the few who choose to embody themselves in ignorance. Because you lame with the devil is off the soul feeling pregnant. Now I gotta take on that baby full of problems that I didn't even make. Dear God, like we face to face. It's hard to embrace a cold world full of hate. Spinning hate like we in a debate. Sometimes I get stuck with the hand I'm dealing. Even when I'm numb, I can't escape the feeling. The feeling of losing yourself in it all. Pride comes before fall, or is it someone who has answers to my questions and why they making us wonder, pondering, honestly dumbfounded. Love is free, but ironically it's left you bounded. Beat yourself up because of the wrong terms. Life is 2 options, either you freeze or you burn. But slip up because friends have lied and told you the wrong words. My life story, yeah, I put my life inside this ink pen. Lord, while you dry my tears, let another cry. Every decision I make has to be do or die. So every day I live is a testament to death defy. These smiles on her face and say these far cries, something you ain't realize. You experience thought through these clear eyes. Dear God, everybody preaching a new days like they Socrates. But even the preachers feeling hope is an anomaly. The world is a war and America's the war zone. America, the brave, still fears what they don't know. What's our excuse? We're no better. They know I would go to this measure. Objective is to be free, but it's we who put us in chain mentality. Whereas the pigment on my skin gets immortalized by the agony. As a blood flow like the rivers of Jordan, this is a gem, Lucifer is the warden. Underline the border with these false words. The tongue is sharper than any two-edged sword. But it's a dear God like I'm praying all alone. Even in darkness, His light has shone. Whispers so in my room so loud and vast, feels like I'm in my future conversating with my past. But see, honesty isn't what I was looking for. Now, seems like the same as the weeks before. It's about 10 p.m. closer to the next day than the one before. Tired of this foreplay, ready to go hardcore. When you was in the skin you was in, who was there for? Reading my life like it was intended to be folklore. I had a few bullet wounds, now they just sores. Maybe I should just reminisce about a life about pimps and whores. Looking in the mirror, asking questions. Funny how I see myself 1,000 times, but now it feels like the first impression. But it's dear God like a true confession. No, it seems like before it didn't matter your predilection. But love is my only weapon. Am I good enough to make it to heaven? Prayers come in time, don't they? Sometimes the feeling at the top is like a great escape. I'm just searching for betterment so I don't stagnate. Wonder what it is like way back when we were still praising you up in them lines then. It's over forever feel, I'll never let it go. I wonder when this greatness I just never seen it so close. There's all these obstacles I just try to apprehend. I guess all that's left to say is amen. Amen.
Next brother that I'm about to bring up, I know this brother over 20-something years. This brother performed here 5 years ago. This brother on his grind, a strong black man, serious about his art. You got some people who do poet, but you got some people who can do it, you know? There's a whole lot I can say about this brother. He's a beautiful brother. I was down at his event last Saturday, me and my wife. He blew the house up, you know? So without no further notice, let's give it up to our beautiful brother, Muaad. Turn that beat up, brother, because this brother's about to bring it. All right. Brother Muaad, y'all, you got something in store for y'all.
Over 3 centuries of impending doom, but the one who put the pen to the history never seems to place the devilish architect in the room. Is it that same pen that got the Spartan having romantic intercourse with his wife? They show you the true color of the Persian, but make sure he's sinister and evil. So when it hits your subconscious, you say to yourself, I never want nothing dark in my life. Ring the bell. Somebody got you in a maze. So when I tell you that a Muslim African designed and built over 10,000 palaces in just one European city, does Ivan Pavlov conditioning theory kick in? And you say, no way, they was only slaves. Is this the thinking that they want the world to take to the grave? Billions of dollars spent on movies, books, and plays. Here's the question. Why Illuminati must have you to think that the African and the African American was only slaves? Was Christopher Columbus...
Come on.
Okay, let's get to it.
That's right.
They say Christopher Columbus, but we say Cristobal Colon. It's like you call it rap, but really it's a historical art form, really, which some of y'all will leave alone. Cristobal considered indigenous cowards, and by his own admission, he enslaved them and went on a murdering spree. He said the Arabics was docile, naked, with no military training that we can control easily. Millions of indigenous died by his demons, plots, and his plans. You know the type of people, if they wrote down the truth, it was written in the sand. But I don't think they got the money from the gold that they wanted. But their sugarcane plantations in Brazil made them mad wealthy. Even kept the Portuguese economy mad healthy. So who is this good-natured Italian explorer that's got a holiday and it's all our history books? But really he was a murderer, a thief, a big investor in slavery. It's funny when you get some patriotic fool talking about his bravery. So who's the historians that keep giving this demon this good and moral and wholesome look? And if you find out who they are, let me know, so we don't purchase or read none of these so-called educated liars' books. Queen Isabella didn't have the dough, so we know Spain didn't finance his trips. So who was the major investor played the Knights of Columbus the use of their slave ships? You may notice I may use one word before the other, but no, his name wasn't Christopher Columbus, and he didn't have an Italian mother. Let me get to it, y'all.
Alright, come on, bro.
Obviously, you want to take the station of eminence, but the caliber you release from the chamber get the response of a rubber band and a paper clip. Plus, your emanation is stewed with degenerates I have on my embalming list. I'm going to preserve them so my progeny know how to classify the demonstrous psychology, lace it with the etymology. So if there's a resurgence of whack MCs during their time, they can form unions that embodies a lyricist's critical philosophy. Some of your flows are mad insidious, like Etna insuring slave ships. Forget the apologies. Let's talk reparations and get the math together for the Satanists who endowed the Ivy List. You know the type of cat that got the swag of a philanthropist. But in his free time, though, he probably like to swim in a pool of human blood and got a deep, facetious attitude for the indigent. One of the Prince of Wales said if he could be reincarnated, he'd come back as a plague and kill 80% of the people. What man of creation has this type of hate and literally the walking embodiment of evil? Imagine a mind so convoluted they feed you pig entrails, rape everything on the plantation, then convince you that you ugly. So sadistic, call it bystander during the card game, quote the Bible, write laws in Congress. George Tillman and Light was the true incarnation of ugly. Benjamin Franklin said that the good Quakers in Pennsylvania were shocked, and I quote, he said when the white savages from Ireland and Scotland migrated on the scene, they was a clannish bunch. It was written that their lawlessness took part in creating a barbaric scene. It said when they used to wrestle each other, they used to bite each other ears and nose off, scratch each other's eyes out. They called the rough and tumble. This was their play sport. The upper class was a little different. If you disagree with them, they call you a damn liar, then blow your brains out. You know the type that was above the law, a traveling man, a mason. Almost no doubt. Okay. The Pope told these savages that the Africans didn't have no souls. So you better believe that the tortures that was released from these demons was so horrific, it probably couldn't be told to another African soul. The cannibalism, barbarism, mutilations and brutalations of epic proportions. It's like when Stalin started to death 20 million Ukrainians. All lie. Give all them demons they do proportions. America, the so-called beautiful. For 4 centuries you conducted one of the worst human holocausts this planet has ever seen. But the truth is so suppressed that the planet is saying that the African American don't like education in the land of dreams. My forefathers came through Sullivan's Island, not Ellis Island. So add 4 centuries of nightmares to those dreams. But it seemed that your wealth got you casting spells like a Kabbalist. Now you're killing omnipotence. Listen, I dare you. Get your litigation team together to try to get off the angel of death list. You know the type of minds that become very pugnacious when it comes to who wrote the hieroglyph. Sheikh Anta proved that it was the African hand. Now they want to throw aliens on the list. I heard back then that Reagan was goofing and laughing about future attack of alien ships. How far would they go to get us all to jump on this one world government ship? Listen, I want to be like the one who threw the rock at the Philistine, not like the one who worshipped Mithra and used the guillotine. Get back to myself, cut granite like I was using a laser beam. Carry 50 tons down and now, you know, doing those Imhotep type of things. The sheikhs in my circles, they didactic and philosophic, so you might want to group together to counter my synopsis. I'm going to show you the hieroglyphs so you can spit the truth like Herodotus, change the capital like Akhenaten and take the mythology off the obelisk. It was said that the first 3 pharaohs believed in one creator and didn't deify Cush. After the 4th and 5th dynasty, Cush becomes Amun-Ra. You know, your people should take a look. The Ethiopians mummified before the Egyptians and gave a transparent look. It was said that the Ethiopian sarcophagus was made of a transparent glass. Because of the interaction between the Ethiopian and the Egyptian, obviously your racist theories are transparent trash. Mental note. If the anthropologists have no history, more will say that if the anthropologists don't have history, history said they will change the books. Show me a country that was colonized and I'll show you the burning, the disappearing, and the changing of books. Thank you.
I want to get all the tunes away, brother. You know, I want to come back.
You got emotion. Come on, Muaad.
Last time I was here, man, alhamdulillah, the brothers was playing this tape, man, and I swear I stopped in my tracks because I found out that day that Michael Jackson was a Muslim before he died.
Right. Okay.
This brother right here, alhamdulillah, he told me he spoke to a brother in California, was at his janazah, am I correct?
I think I remember that.
If you don't know what a janazah is when the Muslims have their burial. And I went on the internet and I seen that it was thousands of people, Muslims at his janazah. So, inshallah, he died as a Muslim. Inshallah. I wrote this poem for that situation, alhamdulillah. I'll start singing and hit the note wrong. Don't leave, y'all. And I got the meaning to the story. I know Islam is the perfect way. If Michael was here to tell his story, would he show you how we pray? Could it be I stayed away too long? Or could it be we are hypnotized by songs? Or could it be what we thought what was right is wrong? Could it be? Could it be? Gross misconduct that sent the note to the earth. According to the protocols, he was groomed from birth. Demon seed, the one who described me and you as being cattle, except for those who use the Talmud in the battle. Are you learning alchemy from the Kabbalah like Madonna to gain fame? I heard Madonna was one of your idols. That's a shame. I heard that Rasputin used alchemy on the Tsar's wife. Oh, you don't believe in magic? Then why is the TV the Bible in your life? Albert Pike celebrated one of Scottish rights, said that the Kabbalah is the infrastructure of Masonic life. So if a Mason is running this country, is he using magic in your life? No Skippy. It's like when you think of peanut butter, do it gotta be Jiffy? Or are you a free thinker if someone chose what you believe, what you read, what you hear, and what you see? Can colors and sounds and repetitive suggestions manipulate your mental capacity? Are patterns in your life set up like a maze? Can the action be motivated by a catchphrase? The Kabbalah is a book of magic. Has it been entrenched in your life? Is the atheist reporting on TV like a preacher in your life? Doubt is a tool of Beelzebub. Do you got contribution in your life? The question I'm really asking you is, who's your real enemy in this life? Because I wear a beard and kufi, convince some of y'all the enemy is me. While these pharmaceutical companies got unknown side effects in their medicine. So they should be trusted more than me? Look at Vioxx. Killed people. Merck made billions. But the government don't let the people collectively sue up to 200 million. Is it I using the whole country of Colombia to supply the world with cocaine? Is it I went to war in Afghanistan when the Taliban set the poppy fields aflame? Is it I using them poppy fields to supply over 90% of heroin to the planet? Was it I who blew up them levees in New Orleans? Is it I who's a constant stalker of another man's dreams? Was it I who paid Saddam when he was a sniper for the CIA? Was it I who decided that only one color is pretty? Was it I who went to the mob in the 60s to infest drugs in the cities? You think I'm the enemy? Really? Most people say they want to know the truth, but most people don't have the orientation for the truth. So when it's time to digest it, go down like extremely hot soup. Now truth become your nemesis, but you said you want the truth. When the Knight Templars hooked up with the Knights of Columbus in Portugal, did they build slave ships? Did Christopher Columbus come from Portugal from one of these ships? Was Christopher Columbus' father-in-law head of the Knights of Columbus? Some people say they want the truth, but the truth is really something. With British colonization came British thought. I was introduced to Sheikh Anta Diop, and I'm glad he put the Grenadier man on my fork. Because this man is so racist. He put radiation on the bones of Ramses. But if you're programmed in the Matrix, you'll never understand me. Illuminati got the type of wealth, you put it to one side and it tilt the planet. Go take a look at the Knight Templars in Europe, then maybe you can understand it. Forbes magazine said 1914 John Rockefeller was worth $214 billion. But this money wasn't being used for good. I hate to hurt your feelings. Some become belligerent and suspend their thinking when it's time to hear the truth. Plus the subliminal seduction is all in the soup. It's time for the knowledgeable and naturally didactic be the ones that spit the verse. Because I'm hard-pressed to believe that the truth don't hurt. The anthropologist, the historian, the psychiatrist, and the wisdom from the creator will be the elixir for the contentious. Because this human devil understands that a lack of information leaves the human being defenseless. That's why I pray to Allah that my sons don't be half-baked like David Chappelle. I want them to have the presence and the knowledge to parley with the harvest and yells. And let them know the mindsets of the bush and the quails. And let them know that Vice President Cheney should have been in jail when moving drugs to Noriega, writing in Braille. Could it be I stayed away too long? Could it be we are hypnotized by songs? Or could it be what we thought was right is wrong? Thank y'all. Peace, y'all. I'm glad nobody left when I started singing.
We're going to bring up our little sister. She's going to do a little something. I'm so proud of her. And every time I ask her, she always come through. Let's give it up to my little sister, Sabria Thomas. Bring that beat up, bruh. You take it down, DJ.
This poem is called Is It Me? Is it me? As I lay back in my room, I envision a world with no peer pressure. Many teens are trapped inside of themselves. You always have the little world that's a reflection of the big world. You know the things you don't like that your parents say stay away from. But with a little bit of experience, it becomes apparent that they were right. But you know, parents, kids probably just want to be heard. What kids are into today is fancy clothes, slang talk, and the opposite sex, same sex, Facebook, Twitter, iPods, text messaging, fast cars. But wait, don't forget Instagram. Holla! And that thing called hookah, puff, puff, pass, pass. But if you really want your kids to be a good example, to be good kids, be a good example, stay righteous. Peace. This was a commercial I did in a showcase in New York. And here it goes. Nose ring, pink hair, a boyfriend named Spike. It's a constant struggle looking for something that'll set me apart from the crowd. Make me different, a trendsetter. I finally found the answer. Dr. Pepper, the difference maker. Nothing else matters well, except for maybe Spike.
Okay. All right. Let's give it up to our little sister, Sabria Thomas. One of our upcoming stars. Good young man here. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
How I doing? I did tonight.
Fine. Great.
I'm not a singer, but I wrote a song.
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay. Let's go, y'all.
That's right. Go for it.
Lord, I know you hear me crying. I know you see my people dying. You know how hard I'm trying to make a way so I can see tomorrow. Tomorrow. What if roses wasn't red? And what if violets wasn't blue?
That's right.
What if you were I and I were you? What if 1 + 1 didn't equal 2, and what if 4 - 2 didn't equal you? I mean, I know it don't make sense, but what's sense when you could have sense? When you could spin it on nonsense? You tell me. What if your little brothers ate your food and you couldn't do nothing because your mama beat you?
What if the sky was the ocean and we were on the ocean and all this time he wasn't walking, he was floating? What if? Do you get my drift? What if the wind didn't breeze? What if we blew like the wind and the wind was standing still? What if? What if there was no Twitter? What if your grandma wasn't bitter? What if my dad would have stayed? What if my mom would have left? Where would I be? Because, see, my mama was the only one that told me my ABCs. What if? I didn't know how to read at age 2. What if? I wasn't on the stage knowing what I do. What if? You tell me. What if we didn't have this show tonight?
Thanks a lot, little brother. Bring that beat on, brother. Yeah, brother. Y'all know him as the Warner. He's been in the game for a minute, and he got his own CD. And you know, he's a representative of our community here. And he's gonna drop a little poet, and then he's gonna come back and drop a little bit more. So, well, no further ado. Yeah, bring that beat on. Yeah, bring it on. Yeah. Let's give it up to our dear good brother.
What's his name?
Abdul Malik, aka known as
Malik.
the Warner. Bring that beat, man. I gotta bring that beat, man. Oh, okay, right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we was all ready now.
How to get that beat, man?
Go to the next level.
First, I'd like to say good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
And to the Muslims, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This piece, I just put it together. This is not my music, but I'm trying to put stuff together to raise consciousness. You know, some words are put together in songs that can degrade people, and some words can be put together in songs to uplift people.
Yes, sir.
Some words can feed your mental, some words can feed your emotional, and some words can feed your spiritual.
That's right.
And I'm trying to put together stuff that feeds the spiritual to raise consciousness, God willing, inshallah. This piece right here is about love. Not in the sense of just saying it off your tongue, but letting them actions be displayed. Love. Us as people, we need to have a greater love for each other. Not in a racist aspect, I'm just speaking in general. Us as African Americans, we need to have a greater love for each other. We have great people amongst us, and then we recognize them after they leave us.
That's right.
We need to start recognizing what we have in each other. I mean, the people that's sitting right next to each other right here. Us as a people. You know, love me, and I'm going to love you. And I mean this with actions. My grandmother, well, my aunt, she used to say, don't give me my flowers when I'm dead. Give them to me while I'm alive, and I can smell them.
That's right.
You know, you got unity amongst a lot of other people. Chinese, Hispanic. Hey, not to knock nobody, because that's needed. But we need that same unity amongst us. You know, we need to begin to support us, and we need to be a strength. Because these other nationalities, that's the reason why they're progressing, because they're unified. This song is called, you can check that mic, brother. This song right here is called The Places I Packed, and it's called All the Places I Packed. I'm just going to go into it, and inshallah, I believe y'all will like it. It's fun, uplifting. You can go ahead and start it off, huh? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Could you give me some volume, please? Could you give me some volume, please? Alright? All the places phrases I pack, and with my signs I map. Now here's a verbal snap. It's for my brothers that lack, and you can slip and dip, tape, he don't trip. As the knowledge gets poured from a mind equipped, elevate, don't flake, because you can't escape. Comes the time to find, so rebuild, don't flake. For my brother and others, and my mother, I love her. Face the facts of life, and it's time to discover. Do the day, don't play. Know that you've been a lady. We see that time just fly. So many having babies. Open the eyes and minds. The drunken blind don't drive. These are words that are wise, so please do not alive. This is how I do. Listen up, everybody. Can I get some love? This is how we do. Listen up, everybody. Can we get some love? This is how I do. Listen up, everybody. Can I get some love? This is how we do. Listen up, everybody. Can I get some love? Next verse. Not on a trip I'm hip, but thank Allah for the strength, because each day I spent, my whole life could have went. So with each breath I take, and each record I make, I learn new ways to pay back with faith. I have a mercy my seed, and it's a mercy we feed, while there's so many that need, while others stem out with greed. It's a fact, we're black, truly right and exact, but we are equal by stats. We all come and go back. From the earth is your making, it's a soul God takes. No matter what be your race, but let's be equal in faith. Time is to stand in the man and make a righteous your hand. Work out a positive plan, think for the kids out the clan. No more imp, the dip, being that lady's pimp. Watch how you walk and talk, maybe your mom might limp. I'm not a leader, a feeder, with the knowledge for needers. I only analyze life, I ain't heard with no Peter. This is how I do. Listen up, everybody, can I get some love? This is how we do. Listen up, everybody, can we get some love? This is how I do. Listen up, everybody, can I get some love? This is how we do. Listen up, everybody, can we get some love? Next verse. Know that the mind's the strength. Don't get bent by ignorance, because it's all about sense, not a blindly influence. So think about being played fast, providing an outcast, getting you like some piece of trash. Of course, discarded, man. Now what is your purpose? Deformulating your words to teach all the devil is moving you. Your opponent don't even see it. Influencing our lives as it isn't some prophesied, but they actually analyze. Playing God is their knowledge right. So come back down to earth with the love that can show the work. Reflecting to nurture first, with this goodness I go to work. So I take my stand in the man with the plan, but it's not about fans, but we all need a hand. Word is bond, keep it real. Knowledge the wisdom, how you feel. Understanding is the deal. Exercise and start to build your mind. Again, when I say this is how I do, listen up, everybody, can I get some love? And I say this is how we do. Listen up, everybody, can we get some love? I'm saying this to the black people. I'm saying this to the African people. Can we get some love? Yes, can we stop killing each other? Yes, can we stop hating on each other? Can we get some love? That's right. Alhamdulillah.
Sweating, strong on the mic. Gotta write this mic down, brother. Brother, heated. That's why they call him the Warner. Arms all like this. Beautiful thing. That's my brother. Let's give it up to the Warner one more time, y'all.
Bless the mic. 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 The movie, the TV show, the magazine, the movement, the ciphers. Let's get it. Bless the mic. Bless the mic. Bless the mic.